What's going on, fam, and welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Today's going to be a great video. As always, man, we're going to be talking about the brand new set, Shiny Treasures EX, the Japanese set, which is hitting the market really hot right now. So we're going to be talking about that, right? I was not too enthusiastic with Scarlet and Violet. I think it's starting to heat up. I actually like this set a lot. Now, 151 was fire, right? But this set is definitely starting to heat things up. There's some pros and cons. Now, everything is not great. We are going to touch on the market. We're going to talk about some of the cards, the ones that are heavy hitters, the ones that you should be looking out for, and what I think the market is going to do in the near future. Now, go ahead and drop a comment below and let me know what you think about the set. I will say some of the negatives that I've heard people say thus far, and one of them is pretty obvious, right? People have gotten tired of baby shinies and just shiny Pokemon in general, right? I think some people on the left side are still confused on what shiny Pokemon are and asking why the cards, some of them, like the Charizard, is so reminiscent of the Obsidian Flames or Ruler of the Black Flame Charizard. But it's because it's a shiny Pokemon, right? The colors are different, but the card is the same. Now, this one in this set is absolutely fire, right? The color palette, the card, the Charizard is a banger. And I know a lot of people are tired of Charizard being printed into oblivion, but this one is hot. Now, one thing I think that did hurt the Charizard for this set is that the last one that came out was not really well received. I don't think it looked as good. The color palette was not as nice and fresh as this one is, and it kind of took away a little bit from this one because people were already tired of the hottest card and the only card in Obsidian Flames, right? They were tired of the Charizard, and now this one came out which looks almost exactly the same, so people are just like, okay, whatever, fuck it, I don't really want to collect this one. But to start off with, let's go ahead and just look at some of the cards, right? We have our baby shinies as usual. We do have a baby shiny Pikachu, which is a first inside of this set, which is pretty cool, man. I'm a Pikachu lover, man. I love Pikachu. It'd be awesome to have that card. But as far as baby shinies, that's really the only card I want. And then you have this fucking tandem mouse, right? It's two Pokemon, two scraggly ass mice that are like entangled together, and they create one Pokemon. So if you haven't seen this, this is a tandem mouse right here. And then as you move on, you have mouse hold, and they fucking multiply like gremlins. So you have them all over the place. But they don't look bad, right? The baby shinies don't look bad. And on the market right now, they're actually really hot. They're going for like $4 to $6 a piece, which is a lot better than what the older shinies are going for, right? But let's go ahead and move down. You have your full art shiny cards right here. Nothing too extravagant unless you really like Skeledirge or Quaquaval. We have Alakazam. Okay, right. It looks all right. But my two favorite right here, I'm going to be completely honest with you, of course, is the Shining Mew. The Shining Mew is fucking fire. Like, Shining Mew could have looked better. That's my opinion. I know some like it and some don't. Now, when you compare it to the old Shining Mew back in the day from like 20-some years ago, the Japanese version, the Koro, you can't compare it. It knocks it out the park. But this one, I mean, it's all right? It's exciting to have a Shining Mew, and I think it looks okay, right? It's okay. And then you have Gardevoir EX. This is probably my second favorite full art shiny right here. It also looks pretty good, really close to the color palette of the Shining Mew, so they look very similar as far as the color scheme, but I think both of these cards are probably the best ones right here for the full art shinies. As we move down, we have the Charizard EX. Trash. I don't really like it. I'm not really thoroughly impressed with the terrestrialization crystallization feature. I'm not really into it. It still hasn't stole my heart. Maybe in the future, 5-10 years down the road, they'll be really cool, but right now I'm not really into it. And as we move down, we have some pretty cool looking artworks. Palafin about to go down the street, whoop someone's ass right here. We have Palmy, Mimikyu. This is one of my favorite cards in the entire set. This is one of the ones that was leaked across social media pretty much first for this set. And you have Grandma right here knitting something as you have Mimikyu looking all crazy right here in the back staring at her. This card is fire. I don't know how much it is on the market right now, but this is absolutely a card I want to have. And it's a really, really awesome card. As we move down, of course, we have our trainers. Nothing too exciting to see right here. And then we have our Mew EX. This is another one that circulated a lot of buzz, and a lot of people was asking, was it fake when it was leaked? No, it's absolutely real. It's part of the set. And it's another fan favorite inside of here. Some people feel like this was drawn by like a third grader, but if you look at some of the Zoroarks and some of the third grader Pokemon cards, right, some of the older ones that was done in a contest or from the, you know, like primary school age, then they were very, 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 very expensive. We're talking like $3,000 to $5,000 plus. So just because it looks like childish artwork does not mean it does not look good. I think this card to me looks really, really great, and I love everything they did with it. It's a good looking card. I like it. I would love to have that inside of my collection. So far we have the Mimikyu, we have the Mew EX. Those are the two that I'm gunning after. And then the Charizard, right? The Charizard and the Gardevoir EX right here looks really good. I love the Gardevoir. It looks really fancy, really cool. Love the artwork right here. The Charizard, this color scheme looks so much better, right? And that's why I want to have this card. I never wanted to have the Obsidian Flames Charizard. I was never excited about it at all. And this one, I don't think is going to be crazy in price. I do think it, of course, it'll drop, right? This set is going to go up like every other set. People are going to FOMO into this set because there's some good cards. Everything is going to like hit the moon and then it's going to tank. It will. I promise you. Everything that goes up comes down. It always does. So the Charizard, they're going to try to milk the money out of it because it does look good. And then it's going to tank. And then the Iono, fucking fire, right? It's a fire Iono card. We have another one. The last one, I did not think they could top it. And I'm still not sure if they topped it, right? I think both Iono cards are both really, really, really awesome. And they're both really expensive cards. And we see why. The artwork is phenomenal. Iono is a very, very popular character throughout Japan. So Japan is going to pump any Iono card that looks nice. And one thing that I noticed, if you look at the card right above her head, it looks like a slight print line. And I've looked at every card on the market and they all have this. So what I'm looking at right now and what I'm thinking after I've analyzed it is that this is not a print line. So unless somebody's using the same screenshot across the internet for this card because it's so new, but drop a comment down below. Let me know if you pulled this card and if this line is on your card. It's kind of weird to see it right here. It doesn't seem like it really fits in, but it's another card I have to have, right? I got to have this Iono. I bought the first one when it first came out. It dropped, and a guy actually sold it to me when it was hottest on the market, the SAR. And that Iono card was going for roughly, I think it was like $900 to $1,200, and a PSA 10 was like $1,400 to $1,700. So I bought it from a guy for $700, packed fresh condition. He just pulled it, looked really good, sent it to me, and then I graded it, got a PSA 10, sold it for $1,400. Now that card had a lot of hype, and it went down, you know, a lot. So we will talk about that in just a second. And then let's go ahead and move on. We have Clive. Clive is another card that has been circulating. It's a really cool looking card. Kind of reminds me of a Sims game, which is pretty cool. But I just want to have it just to have it. I really like it. So I want the Iono, the Charizard, the Clive, the Gardevoir, and you got to have the Shiny Muse. Of course, you have to have those in the Mimikyu. So far, there's some pretty good cards in here. And as we come down to Penny, this is another expensive card. You got Eevee right here in the background, so you know it's going to hit, right? You know it's going to make money. And Penny, I mean, it's a cool looking card. This is another one that I feel like I need to have. Now, as we come down to these cards, I know typically a lot of people are not very impressed with golden cards. Anything with gold on it, rainbow, was not really a fan favorite. Maybe down the road, a few years from now, when they're out of print, like the hyper rainbow cards and stuff like that, people are starting to pick them up. But I'm not really impressed with these. I don't like the artwork. I don't think they look that great. I don't know. You know, they might go for some money because they're like the rare cards probably of the set, but they don't look that great to me. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Now let's go ahead and move over. Looking at the market, there we go. There's the Penny going for $100. Just sold on December 2nd, new listing. Really nice looking card. The boxes going for about $100. The Charizard sold for $285 or best offer accepted. And let's go ahead and move down and look at some other stuff. This is what I was talking about with the baby shinies. They're going between $4.19 to roughly $6.19, which if you sell them right now at the high, that is not bad at all to get $6 for a baby shiny card. I do think these will take a major dip in the near future. Now, a lot of baby shinies are selling. This one is fire. This one, the Charmeleon, is nice. And you see it carries a premium. It's pretty much a $10 card. Ditto, wow, Ditto is commanding a premium as well. $10, shiny Ditto. And then the Charizard, $25, right, from Shiny Treasure EX. And that's all we're going to look at for that. Let's go ahead and move over right here. We have a case. So if you're looking to buy a case right now, the case is hovering anywhere from about $1,800 close to $2,000. Now, I had a buddy reach out to me and told me I can buy a case for $1,650. If you look across the market, talk to some friends, you can probably snag a case right around $1,600. I do not think that's bad considering that you get like 20 inside of a case. So in the future, I do think that would be a good investment. Even if they're at $100 a pop, I mean, that's a $2,000 box. So you really can't beat it. I would definitely look into it and, possibly pick one up or just pick up a few boxes and just have fun with it. Now, the hottest card inside of the set, I believe, because I haven't checked all of them, but I'm pretty sure it's the Iono, right? We can probably all agree it's probably this card right here. December 1st, from Japan, sold for $800. And it's selling early right now because they're being broken down inside of Japan. So you see these listings are from the motherland of Pokemon. So this one right here sold for $629. That's a major difference, $180 difference. That's a fucking FOMO difference right there. That's the FOMO tax. Now, as we move down, $600, $550. So all over the place, $550 to $800. You have Clive right here. Now, this was, I don't know what this is. It looks like a piece of film. I don't even know what that is. Now, the Charizard, $287 to $300. The Mew is going for a staggering $300. I have not seen another sale just yet, so I cannot see if this is like the market right now for that Mew. But let's go ahead and scroll down and see if we see another one. A Gardevoir, $230. These cards are going crazy right now inside of this set. They are going for a lot of money. This is absolutely nuts. But make sure you always go over to 130point.com and check it, right? Cross check it and make sure that these were actually sold and paid for, because sometimes it may say it's sold, but they may not have paid for it and it wasn't actually a sale. Now moving over, this is the old Iono right here. Not old, but the one before the current one. And it just sold for $510. So it's actually going for less than the current one on the market. So just pay attention to that, right? Like I said, this was roughly a $900 to $1,200 card raw. And now it's down to $500. So this one is going to drop as well. And the way this one came out the gate, it's hard to say if this one will drop under the older one right now. I do think the older one is going to be a nicer, more aesthetically pleasing card than the current one. So this one might be cheaper out of Shiny Treasures. Just wait, don't FOMO in, and you'll probably get a good deal on it. Hell, you could probably pick up both of them if you just wait. The entire Pokemon market's down. A lot of stuff is dipping right now. And before we wrap up this video, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. When I say the market's dipping, a lot of grails, vintage, first edition Charizards, Ponchos, Pikachus, everything is dipping right now. Look how crazy this is. This is what we are going to wrap up the video with. I have been watching the Luigi and the Mario Pikachu boxes very, very closely. Now, I have picked up the raw versions, very expensive cards, but the market is starting to crash. Now, this box just sold for $2,774 from Canada, which is absolutely insane. You would not even get close to a $2,000 range for this box a couple of months ago. You see one right here in November, just half a month ago, sold for $4,737 or best offer accepted, $2,800. It started to go down in November. Early November, it was around $3,050. October, $8,000 for both of them. So that was roughly $4,000. Maybe $3,000 for the Luigi, like $5,000 for the Mario. And then as we move down, October 25th, it was $11,500 for both boxes. $4,000 October 17th for this one. So we have crashed down roughly about $1,500 for this box. And there were very staggering prices in the October timeframe for a lot of Japanese cards when the market was hot. So don't stress, right? It's a buyer's market. Don't stress that the price of some of your cards are going down. don't get greedy and try to ask for prices that were 4 months ago. If you're not comfortable with what you bought your card for and you don't want to sell it for a cheap price and take a loss, then don't sell it. Hold on to it, right? Pokemon ebb and flows. It goes up, it comes down, it goes back up over time. And I do think that vintage cards, Pikachus, the Japanese market, all of it will all have its time again, right? It will all have its time to shine. XY, Sword and Shield, all have its time to shine. Even 10 years down the road, right, Scarlet and Violet will also have its time to shine. I mean, shit, Evolutions was printed a billion of them, and it's still a $600 to $700 booster box, right? And no one's really excited about it. But it's still $600 to $700. So just bear that stuff in mind. It's a buyer's market, not really a seller's market. Go out there, find some good deals, get you some minty cards, some things you've been wanting to pick up for quite a long time. I'm picking up some bangers. I'm getting crystals, stuff from Mysterious Mountains. I mean, I'm picking up, you know, Mario, Luigi, Pikachus. I'm getting the Crystal Lugia. There's a lot of things I'm picking up. I picked up the first edition Neo Lugia. I was about to pull it somewhere over here. I don't know. A bunch of Gengars, Aquapolis, Expedition, Skyridge, a lot of bangers out there that's becoming affordable. So be on the lookout for that. I'm eyeing a first edition Charizard. They're dropping pretty hard too. And the unlimited Charizards. I'm starting to see BGS 9.5 unlimited Charizard base set going for like $2,700. That is absolutely nuts right now. The Legendary Collection reverse foil deals, PSA 9s out there dropping right now. So check them out. Look at the market. Let me know what you're picking up. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Have a blessed day. I'll see y'all later. Out.